These are the 3 traits that I see in the most successful barbers. So if you're looking to be more successful as a barber, then this video is for you. I've owned a barbershop since 2015 and I've seen dozens, if not hundreds of barbers come and go, and I started to notice a pattern that the barbers that make the most money and stay busy are the ones that have at least one of these 3 traits. Success to me means that you are consistently busy, your clients are happy, and you're making really, really good money. So if that's you, so this video is hopefully going to help you know what you need to focus on as a barber in order for you to develop into the most successful version of yourself. The first trait that I see that is probably going to be the most controversial is attractiveness. Hear me out on this. We are in the beauty industry, and as much as you may not want to believe it, people judge you based on how you look. And I've consistently seen over and over and over again that barbers, whether they're male, female, or whatever, the more attractive a barber is, they tend to stay busier. I don't know why, right? But I suspect that it has something to do with the fact, first of all, as barbers, we mainly work with guys, okay? So if you're a good-looking female or male, guys are going to be more likely to book with you, at least initially. And I also think that people tend to associate and they want to do business with people that they like and that they want to be around. So you don't even have to be that good at cutting hair. If you are extremely attractive, you probably stay busy as a barber. I've seen this online, I've seen this in person, I've seen barbers that were consistently they were okay in terms of cutting hair, but they were good looking guys and girls and they stayed busy, right? And then I think that has something to do with the fact that clients see that you take care of yourself, and they can maybe associate that with the fact that if they take care of themselves, then they're probably going to take care of me too. So I think that being an attractive means that in a way that you take care of yourself. You might be saying to yourself, well, what if I'm not attractive? Well, there's ways that you can make yourself more attractive, and a lot of it is just how you choose to show up to the shop. If you look like you just rolled out of bed when you come into the shop and your hair is a mess, and if you're a guy, your facial hair, your haircuts hasn't been cut in a while, and you're not going to be the most attractive version of yourself than if you actually put some pride into your appearance. Women, men, everything in between, choose to be the best version of yourself when you come to the shop. So wearing clothes that are going to present you as a professional. Don't just optimize for comfort. I think you can be comfortable and look professional. You want to be intentional about the way you look. So ladies, if you can, wear makeup. Guys, make sure your facial hair is on point. Your hair's cut on a regular basis, because people will see that you take care of yourself, and they're going to subconsciously might start to think, well, if they take care of themselves, then they're going to take care of me too. And you're just by being more attractive, you're going to attract more clients. Attractive people attract more clients. The second trait that I see in successful barbers, and this is probably the most obvious one, but is skill, which is their ability to give the client what they want. Not necessarily what they ask for, but what they want. And this is, I think, where a lot of barbers focus, which is good. But I see a lot of barbers try to do this by buying clippers and new tools, and it's but when was the last time you went to a hair show? When was the last time you went to a conference or attended a class, or bought a course or joined a group with barbers that are trying to get better at cutting hair? When was the last time you recorded yourself to doing a haircut and watched it back and actually saw what you could do better? Skill, you can just be skilled and not have the other things on this list, and you will be a successful barber. I think it helps to have more than one thing on this list. You want to try to stack the deck in your favor, but if you are just highly, highly skilled as a barber, then you will automatically get busier, right? And the third trait that I see in the most successful barbers, which I think is the most underrated and underappreciated thing in our industry, is customer service. It's not enough anymore to just be able to do a good haircut. Unless you're a 10 out of 10 best barber in your city, in your state, in the world, it's going to be very difficult to just compete on skill. The access to education now is just so far beyond what it was even just 10 years ago that you can go to basically any barbershop in the world and find at least one barber in there that can give you a good haircut. So I don't know if skill is enough anymore unless you're on the high end of skill without customer service. Customer service to me just means like you are just constantly remembering and acting in accordance with the fact that you are there for the customer. They are not your client. You are their barber, right? You are their barbershop. And everything that you do revolves around how do I best serve the client? And sometimes that means they're not going to you, right? Maybe you're busy, but you recommend somebody else. That's customer service. Remembering their name, walking over to the lobby, greeting them by name, shaking their hand or giving them a fist bump, walking them back to your chair, offering them a drink, keeping the conversation professional, keeping it about them, focusing on them during the entire service rather than chatting with the people around you. That is good. Thanking them when they pay and leave for their haircut, telling them how much you appreciate them. That is just the basics, but that is what goes into customer service. There's so many barbers that focus on the skill, which I think the skill is absolutely part of it. I don't think it's enough anymore to just be a skilled barber. Unless you're a 10 out of 10, I think you need to also add in there focus on customer service. And it's one of those things that nobody's doing right now. So if you just focus on how do I get my customer service so dialed in that even if I don't, you should be to the point customer service wise where you don't even need to be that good at cutting hair. I've consistently seen barbers that weren't that great cutting hair wise, but they had great customer service and that kept them busy. It's hard to make up for a bad haircut without good customer service. But if you even if somebody leaves unhappy with the haircut, but the customer service is on point, you're way more likely for that person to give you another shot, right? Than if you were just like, sorry, bro, that's what you asked for, right? If you want another haircut, I'm going to charge you again. So when it comes to learning customer service, I don't see a lot of people in our industry talking about this, but fortunately, there are a lot of resources where you can learn about customer service and get better and learn from some of the best in the industry. I think one of the best places to start is simply just like reading a book about customer service. I've read a book called Be Our Guest. It's written by Disney, some of the best customer service in the world. When it comes to talking to people and keeping the conversation focused on them, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie is a great book. You can invest in customer service training, buy courses on customer service, and I can guarantee you, like, if you do that, you won't even have to be that good at cutting hair if your customer service is on point. Believe me, there are people that are in your city or even in your shop that are probably better at you than cutting hair. And so you cannot just compete on skill anymore. You have to figure out what are the other things I can learn that can set me apart from everybody else. So when it comes to those three traits, attractiveness, skill, customer service, you don't need to have all three in order to be successful. You can just be one of those three, but you have to, if you're only going to focus on one, then you really have to focus on being the best. Whether it's the most attractive person, the most skilled, or the best customer service. I think you should strive to have at least two out of the three. Obviously, the more you have, the more likely I think you're going to be to get busy. But if you're not sure where to start as a barber, where you should be focusing your energy, those are the three things that I see that the barbers that stay the busiest have. They have at least one of those three. Most of the best have at least two of those three, and the best in the world are going to have all three, right? They're going to show up to work and they're going to look their best, right? They're going to invest a lot of time in becoming the best skill-wise, and they're going to have great customer service. So that's what you want to strive for, is 3 out of 3, but I think you can be really, really busy with just focusing on how to get better at 2 of those. If you want to see more videos like this and you want to get access to training that is not public, join my mastermind. I'll put the link in the description of this video. I hope to see you there.